please welcome the great Jonty Rhodes.
Virat Kohli is such a good player because he's fit. As a fielder, able to go left and to go right is such an important part of fielding. So I think Virat Kohli has shown in India that fitness is an important part of selection.
In such a wonderful manner. So now it is up to us to live up to that expectation what he has shown on you guys, and we should make it a promise that next time whenever we get an opportunity to show him our skills, he feels that you have improved a lot. So once again, thank you a lot from all of
Pleasure.
us, and as just a small token of respect, I'd like to present you with our
Thank you
academy
very much.
hat.
Thank you. Thank you. So, just again, not because I would like to have the last word. I think what's important to be able to show, and I spoke about, it's the player's responsibility. Because now you've got to an academy, you've got a facility here that not many people have. You do have an opportunity. But there's other districts. There's maybe 600 other guys who are at academies, who are practicing as hard as you are. What, 2-3 times a day sometimes? Training, gym, nets, fielding. 3 times a day. There are as many people, 600, who are as hungry as you, just to get to state, not even to an IPL team. So things that you can do, like the feet, you don't even need the coach. You can pick the ball up in this position with my hand. So I can get here and do that 1,000 times. Just that, and not this. So if I can do this 1,000 times, pick the ball up and do this, that position, when you're at practice, you will do it automatically because you've done it 1,000 times. There's no ways with 20, 30 players here, the coach can hit you 1,000 balls on the ground. There's no chance. You'll be here until tomorrow. But you can do it while you've batted, while you're waiting to bat with your pads on. You can get your hands here and do that. So every time you get the ball, you're not thinking spin. I'm thinking that position. Hands are here. Hands are here. Okay, all the Instagram, all the coaching that I saw on Instagram with baseball, people do things without even throwing the ball. Just getting the body into a good position. Okay, you call it like a dry run. 2 reasons. 1, to do 1,000 of the dry, you can't do 1,000 from the coach. And 2, is that you can do it by yourself. Because that's going to be the difference. That's why you'll get selected, not the 500 other people. Because you've done a little bit extra. You're working hard already, but that little bit extra, that one thing. Not all 5, 6 things that I've said today. You do one thing better next game. One thing better the whole week. Suddenly your game is improved in the field. Where we as coaches take notice. Because that's what, when we see a strong fielding team, we see a good unit. And we know, because cricket's it's a team sport, but it's the individual. I'm bowling, I'm batting. But if I'm fielding and I save 4 runs, it doesn't go to my score as a batter. It helps the bowler. If the hands are here, I can come down with the ball, correct? Okay, so it's like it's not up here, not catching the ball above your head. Okay, hands are here, I can catch. I'm not going to catch and go like this because I want the ball, my hands to be in the same line. If the ball is coming here, then yes, sure, no problem. Come back on the same line. But if the ball is here and I'm doing this, I'm taking my hands against the line of the ball. Okay, that's why you'll see many players when they catch the high ball, they end up almost sliding under the ground because they want to be able to come down on the same line with the hand. Okay, so again, when the ball goes up in the sky, I always like to catch reverse cup because I had to be underneath the ball to catch reverse cup. Okay, you can't be here and catch the ball. You have to be underneath it, directly beneath the ball. So I always knew if I was out of position or in a good space. Whereas here, you think you're in a good place. Oh, suddenly you have to move. Okay, again, I'm not saying you have to catch reverse cup, but you have to, as soon as the ball goes up, get to the ball. I said the feet are so important. As quickly as you can. Where you think the ball is, you have to get there. Okay, you have to get there. Without it, you have to run. Okay, you can't run with your hands. John needs to get the hands up. Okay, if you run fast, okay, Usain Bolt doesn't run. Because Jonty, he's a cricket fan and he heard about Jonty Rhodes saying keep your hands. Okay, he runs using his arms. 2 steps to go, you get your hands up. You can line it up because you want to run as quickly as possible to where the ball is going. All right, so we're going to remember that. Okay, High catching, that's for me the best advice. Do not line the ball up with your face only, with your eyes. Okay, it's going to end up in your face. Fingertips, go with your eyes. All right. So last thing now for me, for throwing. In the circle is one thing. Boundary, we have different ways of throwing. But both of them come from the ground up. Okay, power again from cricket. Anything you're batting, you can't just stand and hit, no. You take a step for a reason. Okay, from the ground you hit, you use your base to then get your power. If you just stand here, then the power is only here, this part. Okay, so when we get the ball, when we're throwing, please now have it quickly. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. If we're throwing a cricket ball, when you're bowling pace, you obviously want a bit of seam or a bit of swing. So we know, cross seam. Because if you're fielding on the boundary and you got some swing, if you're aiming at the wicket keeper and the ball swings, no good. So always across the seam. Okay, always across the seam. And here we talk about, because my one wicket keeper spin bowling friend, every time I go to a fielding camp in India, who are the batters? Who are the batters here? Okay, so you bowl off spin. Do you bowl sometimes? Not at all. Good man. Do you bowl at all? Medium pace. Ah, okay. Good for you. I was going to say, in India, most of the batters, 90% of the batters bowl a little bit of off spin, or finger spin. It's the easiest thing to do for them. They made a contribution, there's no big effort, whew, they get away. But the problem there is when you bowl off spin, you get up and you pivot, no? When you're bowling pace, okay, you come here, you use your brace, you use your top half of your body and you pull yourself through and you follow through sometimes to say a word to the batter, no? So you're making sure your body goes to the target. So when we're throwing, the problem is when we're bowling spin, we get the ball, strong position, but we go, and the ball, if it bounces short, goes ting like this, because it's actually got spin. Because your body knows, I've got the ball, I must throw it, but it's actually, I'm bowling it. Sure, with a bent arm, but my body position is like a throw. So throwing is something you have to practice, totally separate from bowling and anything else. Okay, it comes from the ground. But the most important thing about the ground is that your feet need to be going in the line of your target. So if I pick the ball up here and I want to throw the ball to the keeper and I move this way, I'm going away now. If I pick the ball up here and I release it, I'm going this way, there's my target. Very difficult. So sometimes in a split second, yes, you need a quick release. Jadeja, amazing. The underarm throw. But any of you seamers, anybody here bowl like Malinga? Why? It's too difficult. I mean, how did that guy get that right? He bowls a Yorker from here on your toe every time, Malinga. Because he did it every single day. When I was fielding coach for Mumbai Indians, nobody wanted to bat to Malinga in the net. Because it was always just, slow ball, oh, you hated facing Malinga. So he would bring a pair of shoes out to the middle, say, Jonty, please, come catch with your glove. I have a baseball glove. In comes Mali, hair everywhere. And then he goes, that slow ball. Same action. But if you throw from here or bowl from here and you release it too early, it goes straight to fine leg. Too late, goes straight to third man. Who's that guy who plays for CSK, the Sri Lankan guy? He also bowls a bit like, he bowls like Malinga, no? So he's not yet experienced enough. So sometimes he lets the ball go and it does go straight to fine leg, right? So why don't we don't bowl like that? Because we bowl in a straight line. It's easier to hit our target. So if we throw like this, how do we think we hit the target? Okay, so as much as possible for power and for accuracy, feet position, get around. The body, the brain, it's very lazy. It knows a shortcut every time. So we get the ball, we catch it here and we just throw back like this. Because it's the easiest way to do it. To move your feet into position gives you power and gives you accuracy. So it allows you to throw in a position where everything is going, or 90% of your body is going to the target. Which is what you're doing when you're bowling with the seam up. You want your body going through to the target, correct? Okay, so throwing is exactly the same. So it means, it's like bowling, you get to the crease, you don't bowl like this. So if I want to throw, I've got to get my feet in a strong position like I'm at the crease. And that requires work. So the training sessions that you're doing, fast feet. Okay, because I don't want to be going this is just lazy. If I get the ball and go this way, falling away. Get the ball and go here, I've changed my feet into a position where I'm strong and it's all going to the target. Okay, so the last thing about the throwing is that when we get the ball, we always talk about throwing from this position, correct? Okay, so we want the elbow in line with the shoulder, and I was coaching it until a year ago. This is what I was coaching players. Get your hands up, get your arm up, elbow, so not low, because we don't want to collapse here. But when you get your arm up, where does the rest of your weight go? So I get the ball here, I go like this to throw. It's gone up. Okay, so my body position, if I get the ball and go like this, I've actually stopped. I've collapsed here. So if I'm throwing from the boundary, no power. It may be accurate because I can throw in the same line, but no power. And if I do try and throw hard, I have to force it. So shoulder, elbow injuries happen. Okay, because I'm not using this part of my body. Okay, so we talk about that separation with the bowling at the crease. You have to, and then drive through with the back hip, correct? The same thing when we're batting. If you lose your back hip when you're batting, you lose your shape. Your shoulders come across the ball, either inside out or you go to the leg side. Bowling is the same thing. If you lose, you collapse too early, you fall away, okay, you fall down. So this is so important, this back hip. When you're throwing, the same thing happens for power. Okay, in this position, if I collapse too early, like this, then my shoulders open and I throw in this position. It's weak from a strength point of view, no power, and it's weak in that it puts pressure on this arm. Okay, so understanding that feet are strong. When I want to throw the ball, I keep my arms short, because from here, there are a few snakes in India. There's cobras and things. Anybody seen a cobra? I mean, I've only seen one out the basket coming toot, 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 toot. But the cobra doesn't lie flat. He stands up and then he comes back. Because if he wants to strike, he doesn't do it from here like tuk, tuk. Okay, he comes back, because then he's got some force. But it's the same thing with the throw. If you throw from here, that's as far back as you're going to go. Because this action is half of, you want that action. You want to feel that elbow rotating almost like a snake. It's almost like doing a wheel. Okay, a lot of times I see people take the arm back. If you keep your elbows short like this, from this position, I'm still going to take it back, but I'm now loading fully with my elbow in that direction. Okay, so it's not up here, because here I'm still going at the target in this position. It then allows me not to get up and collapse, stay short, and use that cobra whip in my elbow, in my wrist, all in that direction. Okay, the last thing to remember is just that it's not an off spinner's follow through where you're getting off the crease. It's like you're bowling. You don't have to take 5 steps, but you've got to make sure that when you follow through, you come down the same thing as your bowling follow through. You don't stop here. Okay, you pull and you come down past your left pocket, or your right pocket as a left arm pacer. So those are the things that we as cricket players don't really focus on in fielding. I mean, till a year ago, I was coaching incorrect techniques with the throw. I've been studying on Instagram baseball coaches, because they throw all the time. So it is very possible to get better at my age. World record holder, still don't understand everything. And I have a world record, and I don't know what people ask me, how did you do? I don't know. I didn't have a coach, but I played all these other sports and I was good at fielding because I loved it. And every ball I was hoping would come to me. Not just, I was hoping it would come to me. But I wanted to be in the action. If the left arm spinner was on, I wasn't a backward point, short extra cover, because that's the line. The off spinner's bowling, short mid wicket. There's no power play. No one hitting sixes. Everyone trying to hit the ball in the gaps. That's where the action was. So every ball was coming to me. And that's why I was a good fielder. Not because I had faster reactions. My batting was still horrible. Okay, if I had faster reactions, I would have been genius with the bat. I was average with the bat. Not bad. Fielding, I was genius. Not faster, just I wanted the ball to come to me. T20, it's 120 balls. Test matches, 90 overs in a day. First over, I was like this. 90th over, I was still like this. Every ball I wanted to come. Every single ball. Over 1, over 90. Same energy. Okay, because that you can't coach. As coaches, we can't coach that. I mean, I'm just talking and I'm sweating. When it comes to the IPL, you get out of bed, you are drenched in sweat. It's the hottest time of the year. You can't tell if the player's working hard. Only you know that. I can see you putting an effort, but is that the best that you can practice? Rather give me 2-3 minutes of your best than 20 minutes of, phew, this is hard work. Because then you've practiced the wrong things. Give me 3 minutes of your best performance. Then go sit down. Have some water. Come back later if you want. If you've got it right, I'll release you. Because you practice, you get it right. These guys play cricket every single day. If there's something we need to fix, we fix it. If not, go. Okay, I don't coach for the sake of coaching. If there's technical things, we fix it. They get it right, they move on. But they get tired, they do things, wrong things. And those become a habit. Right, so there's lots of talking from my side. Just to recap a little bit. Okay, catching in the circle, in the ring, you want to try practice with your fingers pointing up. All right, because that means your feet are going to move. High catches, no running here. Otherwise the ball's going to land here on your head. Okay, throwing, moving the feet into a line with the target, trying to get the arms in a shorter position. So if I get here and I'm going to throw from the boundary, all I do is I extend my arm down and up. I don't take it up because again, my weight's going. I get to here and I just extend my arm to the back because now I get the same longer motion, so longer levers, it'll get more power from the distance, but I'm not coming here because everything is already going up. Okay, so if I want to throw further and harder, I just go down, it keeps my body lower to the ground. My base stays low to the target. Okay, so remember that from a throwing point of view. Try not to get the hands up because then the body goes up. All right, makes sense. Simple. So again, there's 2 things you can do. The most important thing you can do, split jump, then you're ready to go. Do the split jump, it means you're ready to go. The second thing, so you don't have to catch a ball. You can practice the split jump with anything. Just standing there. Okay, what is comfortable? Because everybody's built differently, so some might go wider, some might, don't be, like I said, don't be too short. It's your split jump. There's no rule on elbow's going to be 45 degrees or whatever, otherwise it's a chuck. There is no rule. Your body is what works. You work it out, but you have to work it out. Okay, the second thing, without practicing catching a ball, is expecting every ball to come to you in the game. You're already a better fielder than 90% of the cricket players in India. If you can honestly say, because I'm a coach, so I'm watching at the IPL, a player drops a catch. The first thing that the cameraman does, he goes to the owner, because the owner's angry. Why did you drop a catch? Surely, he's international cricket, they should not make mistakes. Then they go to Jonty, who's the fielding coach. I get my pen and I'm writing in my book. I'm just drawing pictures. Okay, because I know I've dropped catches. World record. Yeah, my last ball broke my finger and I retired in a World Cup. Second match of a World Cup. Gone. Thank you. 11 years career. The last touch I got was a broken finger. So you can be the best supposedly in the world and you can still drop catches. It happens. I was ready for the ball. It took me by surprise. It came from a speed point of view. Not expecting it. He hit it harder than I thought he could hit the ball. So from that point of view, if you can do those 2 things, you are already a better cricket player without even done 1 bit of fielding practice. So imagine how good you could be in the field. And that, my friends, is often the difference when it comes to selection. Because I'm asking the coaches, how do you decide? At under 14, there's what, 800? How many students want to at trials? 800 kids at trials. Then maybe 600. How do you separate so many good players, so many keen players? They bat, they bowl. Hey, hold on, what about their fielding? You want to really stand out in India? You become an excellent fielder. Because for me, it is if I see someone diving around in the field in India and they've grown up in India, it's like a medal of honor. Because I've seen the fields. I know how hard they are to dive on. I only visited here once every 3 years as a cricket player. put the sleeves on. Okay, I'm good to go. Burn a bit, but that's fine. 2 weeks time, I'm leaving. I'm in South Africa. Nice green grass. You grow up in India, and you are diving around the field. Even if you don't get to the ball, you're still diving. You're showing me that you have that intent. If you don't go for the ball, you'll never know. Oh, I never get there. How do you know? You dive for it, it goes past. Now you know. Okay, if you don't go, you will never know. Easy. But you got to be ready before the ball is hit. I talk way too long. Whew. Thank you. Okay, are there any questions?
Regarding your fielding,
Did anybody understand what I was saying?
batting attitude.
No batting, please. Batting coach right there. So,
Joby,
In which, at what position you were fielding in that World Cup where you got injured?
ins out, backward point.
no, you got injured.
Oh, I got injured. Sure, short cover. Left arm spinner was on. We're playing Kenya. Morris, strong batter, very strong guy. But he stepped out and on the half volley, he hit it. And I was there to save because they were in trouble. They were already 4 wickets down. They were just dropping, looking for singles. So I was coming in really close to cut that angle down with the spin. And he stepped out and he got it on the half volley straight at me. So I was very close and looking, because I was trying to anticipate where the ball would go. And I got it wrong. Sometimes you do. But it meant I'm looking for the ball. I see his body language, because that's the last thing, again, one thing we haven't discussed on. As the keeper, you're watching the ball out the bowler's hand the whole way down. Because that's what you see. Now at cover, I can't watch a fast bowler to the batter. So for me, Alan Donald was my fast bowler, 145, 150, fast, very quick. When he got to the umpire to get ready to gather, I'm now switched to Sachin Tendulkar on his bat. Usually the middle of Sachin's bat, because that's he hit most of the time. But not because that's where the ball is coming from. But not just Sachin's bat, because if I'm watching his bat, I can also see his whole body. Because if Sachin sir goes like this, what's he trying to do? Defense. So where's the ball coming? Yeah. Soft hand, Sachin. So backward point, I'm coming in like a rocket to stop the single. If Sachin goes like this, what's he going to do? He's going to cut. Okay, so Sachin. Okay, I'm ready for the one that comes hard. But if he goes like this, I know. Before he's even played the shot, he's defending it. So my body is ready to come in. So that's what it is, about expecting the ball before it's hit. And understanding the body position of the batter gives you a little clue. I'm always watching the bat because that's where the ball comes from. But one little thing that makes a difference, I take it, because that gives me the edge over the batter. Not every time, but just the once I've got to outsmart him. Just once, he's only got one chance, no? X chance, he's only got one. No matter how good he is. He gets it wrong in the field or his batting partner gets it wrong. I just need one chance. And then he goes to watch the rest from the dressing room. That one chance is something that turns the game. Now with a third umpire, you can be on the line, you can be out. Okay, so you get to the level where you're playing at state and everything is streamed. Now even watching the side, Mushtaq Ali, they have no referral, but they've got cameras positioned on the side for the runouts and the stumping. Because that's hard for the umpires to judge, very hard. So from that point of view, you can get strong. Because in the start of my career, we would throw quickly because you had to hit the stumps and the batter had to be this far out. Otherwise, the umpire said, no, benefit of the doubt, batter, carry on. So we would throw as quickly as possible and maybe hit 1 in 10. But now, if I'm in a strong position, I'm hitting 4 out of 10 or 5 out of 10, and he's even on the line, he's out with his bat. Whereas before he had to be out by that. Now I've got 3 more frames to play with. Because before he was this short, 1, 2, 3 in. Now I've got 3 frames to play with. Those 3 frames, if I move my feet quickly, 1 frame only. If I take my time, I come up 2 frames, no accuracy. Okay, thank you. Then I better stop.
I think
Cool.
the kind of energy that you have seen in the coaching, you can well imagine what it would have been 30 years back on the field. And
There is no off button, I've discovered. Yeah. So, yeah.
and the amount of knowledge that he has shared with you in this half an hour or so, I think is more than you could ever get in years' time.